Today's Inktober prompt is wander. For this one, I'm going to base it off of an image I took when we went to the north rim of the Grand Canyon. So this area, if you've ever been up there, is actually up on the Colorado Plateau, and it's forested and green and has a lot of beautiful big trees and big open meadows. And this particular image was taken when we were walking on part of the Arizona Trail. It was a really cool place, so I'm excited to draw it. I picked this particular picture because I liked all of the texture that was in it, and I thought that it would be fun to do with pen. So. Alright, I finished it. It's not like my favorite drawing ever, it's alright. I think it fits the theme though, and probably my main complaint about it would be how small I made, in the photo, like, that's actually a picture of me and I'm just really small in it, so it was really hard to do it really well. You might notice I had to use a little bit of white pen in there to fix a couple of mistakes around me, like I had too much shading and it made it hard to see. So I went in there and kind of got rid of a couple of lines. Yeah. I think the trees are actually my favorite part. That's the part I had the most fun doing anyway, as you can tell probably. All right, so, we've got a dog here that wants to play ball. Just don't mind him. So I walked away for a while. I went back and I added more white paint because it just wasn't covering up what was behind it very well. And I used a different paint. I used, originally I had used this Pentel marker, and it just wasn't, it was too transparent. And you could still, I also think it was starting to pick up a little bit of the ink, like maybe it has a little bit of alcohol in it or something. So I think it was picking up some of the micron pen ink. So then I went and I took some of the paint from this one, and I used a paintbrush and I went in and went over those areas again. So you can see that the white from the paint doesn't quite match the white from the paper, but it at least is covering up the pen a lot better. I might even do another layer, so we'll see. But that definitely looks better to me and less annoying, less like I'm paying attention to it. But once I finished that and started to, really look at the entire thing, I realized that the thing that was keeping it from being interesting to me, that didn't really match what was in the photograph, was the grassy areas up here. I need to do more shading and a little bit more detail in those areas. I mean, you can kind of tell that I just didn't try as hard there. So I'm going to go in now and kind of fix a few things and make this a little bit more polished. Okay, I'm really calling this one done this time. You can see I went in and kind of added a lot more texture and shading to a lot of other areas, so I kind of fit the character of the trees a little bit more. Yeah, and I also added more up in the sky too, just made it a little bit darker. It's still a little brighter white around here, but I think it looks about as good as it's going to look right now, so it's just what happened.